Have you filed your income tax return for the current year and waiting for the tax refund to hit your bank account but haven't received any refund yet? Or are you the one who has messaged multiple times on the Twitter account of income tax that your refund has been issued but you have not received it in your bank account? Now, there is one small mistake which you might have missed on your part to do it, without which, even if you have your refund processed by the income tax department, you might not get it in your bank account. And that one small step is to pre-validating your bank account. Yes, this is the step that we will be discussing in today's episode of Sonia Davar Show. So let's begin. All right. So, if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Davar. I am a business finance coach and a chartered accountant. And on this channel, we discuss everything about numbers for freelancers and creative entrepreneurs just like you. So, if you are somebody who is not sure about the numbers, this is the place to be. And we will discuss everything around numbers to grow your business and to lower your taxes to build your wealth. And today's topic, we are covering about taxes and that one small step that you need to do to get the bank refund into your bank account. So let's get started. Now, all the links that we will be discussing today are in the description below. So if you haven't checked already, go and check at the description and you will find all the links that we are discussing today in our today's video. We are discussing pre-validate your bank account at Income Tax Portal, a must step to get your income tax refund. So why pre-validating is a compulsory step? Because since last year, that is around financial year 2019, Income Tax Department has issued a circular that they are stopping any tax refund payments via check. So now Income Tax Department will only issue all the income tax refunds only to your bank account, and there are some steps that you need to do to ensure that the refunds come in nicely to your bank account and there are no gaps in the middle. Now, the first point is you need to have a bank account which the name as per your bank account and your PAN should match. So you should not have a bank account that where you have a name, say my name before marriage was Sonia Shah, and after marriage I have got my name change in the PAN card, but I still have a bank account which still carries my old name, that is Sonia Shah. So I cannot give that bank account details to get the bank refund, because then my name as per PAN and my name as per bank account does not match. So you need to have a bank account in which the name as per your bank account should match exactly as per your PAN card. The second thing that you need is to have an IFSC code. So the Income Tax Department processes all the tax payments via National Payment Corporation of India, that is short, that is also called as NPCI, that is National Payments Corporation of India. And if your bank is not registered with NPCI, then it is less likely that you might not receive the tax refund, even though you have given the bank account details at the time of filing your bank return. So you need to have an IFSC code, and also you need to ensure that your bank is one of the bank as listed in NPCI. If you want, you can go ahead and check at the NPCI website. Particularly, cooperative banks are not listed with NPCI, especially the state cooperative banks. So you don't want to use any cooperative banks as the primary bank account to get the tax refunds. We recommend to own a nationalized bank, or better yet, to have a private sector bank like HDFC, ICICI, Axis Bank, because these banks are much easy. You don't even have to go to the bank and do all your transactions completely online in a very secure manner. You also need to ensure that you have given your PAN number at the time of opening your bank account, or your bank KYC is done. At times, if our bank account is opened like much earlier when KYC requirements were not applicable and we have not yet done those KYC, that is submitting the bank with the PAN number and our address details, then most likely the banks might not really have your bank account in an active form, and your bank account might have already been discharged. So all you need to do is to make sure that you have done your bank KYC with your bank account, or you have provided your PAN number to your bank account so that you can proceed with this step that we are doing today. The fourth and the fifth step that you need to also ensure that you have given a mobile number which is linked to your bank account, and you have also given your bank an email ID which is also linked with your bank account number. You will also need to use these details, that is your mobile number and your email ID, linked to your PAN at income tax portal as well. So your mobile number as per your bank account also should tally, should match with your mobile number as per income tax department. Ideally, in an ideal scenario, if you don't have it, at least you need to ensure that your bank account is linked with a mobile number and your bank account is also linked with your email ID. Once you have all of these steps done and complete, then we will go ahead and finish those steps at the income tax portal. So I will share my screen and I will show you how exactly you need to pre-validate your bank account at the income tax portal. So let's get over to my screen. So here I have my income tax login ID. You need to go to income tax India efiling.gov.in, and here if you are already registered with income tax department, then you need to log in. Let me quickly log into my ID. So now I have logged into my income tax e-filing portal, and as you can see here, on the top hand side there are all the options that are available to you. You need to go to your profile settings, and in profile settings you see pre-validate your bank account option. So you need to click on this pre-validate your bank account. What you need to do first is you need to click on add, and here you can provide your bank account which you want to pre-validate, and which the account where you want to use for getting the income tax refund. So the first check that you need to do is to see if your PAN as per bank account and as per PAN card matches, and that bank account only you will want to use for getting for pre-validation and also for getting your income tax refund. You have to choose that account as your primary bank account to get your income tax refund. So here I'm gonna go ahead and update another bank account and show you how exactly you have to do it, and then we will proceed. Let me just copy the bank account that I have already. So now I have copied the bank account which I want to pre-validate. My account type is saving. You have other options of also choosing your current account, your CC account, that is cash credit account, or your OD account, that is your overdraft account, or even a non-resident ordinary, your NRO account as well. Now I have to give the IFSC code of my bank where I have my account. Once I type out the code, bank name and bank branch name, it will automatically pick up. I don't have to even remember those details. I just have to take my IFSC code from the checkbook, or your bank account online login details also will have your IFSC code, and update that IFSC code and update the mobile number which is registered with your bank account. So here you have to update the mobile number and email ID which is registered with your bank account. So I'm going ahead and updating mine. you need to ensure that you have all your mobile number and email ID are the same for across all of your banking channels and also at the PAN number. So if you have given phone mobile number of your dad or of your husband or your father-in-law, make sure that you update that mobile number and email ID to your only, and make sure that that is consistent across all your bank accounts and your income tax login details as well. Another thing that you also need to keep in mind here is to ensure that you are not giving your corporate email ID as the email ID for your bank. Even though you have a salary account, I would highly recommend you to give your personal email ID for all the references, because at a given point of time, if you leave your organization, you are not going to be having that email ID. And if you are getting those communications on that corporate email ID, which is no longer valid, then you will not get any important communication from income tax department or your bank account or your bank branches. So highly up, that's a pro tip. Give your personal account and keep that account consistent across all the years. Once you give all these information over here, click on pre-validate. After you have done the pre-validation, you will see that your request for bank account PAN linking is submitted, and it will get updated in 24 hours time. So the information will not get updated immediately. It will get updated only after some time. After this pre-validation is done, you will need to go ahead and also do enable EVC option again by going to pre-validate your bank account. You need to go to your profile settings, and in profile settings, you see pre-validate your bank account option. So you need to click on this pre-validate your bank account, and as you can see, I have already pre-validated one bank account that I have, and it shows a status as validated. So if I want to do anything, I can click on it and then remove it, and also enable EVC, which can give me an option to e-verify a return using my electronic verification code. So I can enable that. And as you can see, it gives me an option that to enable EVC for the selected account, the mobile number and email ID should be verified by bank, and kindly enter the mobile number and email ID to verify with bank. So if I just enter my mobile number, which is registered with my bank, I will be able to enable the e-verification code. So as you can see that your request for bank account PAN linking is submitted successfully, and the transaction ID is this. The status will get updated once my email ID and mobile number will get verified with bank. And so you need to click and then enable EVC for these accounts. Update your mobile number and email ID. Once that is updated, you will see that there is a tick mark over here. So once you get these verification done, that's when you can do the e-verification of your income tax return using the EVC method as well, using your bank account. So I hope this information is serves value to you, and if you like the information that has been given in this video, comment below if you have already pre-validated your bank account. If not, then whether you had any issues that we had discussed, like your name is different as per your bank account and as per your PAN card, whatever issues that you have come across after this video, I would love to get your feedback. So comment below, and we can get in touch again. And if you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get the notifications. It will really help this channel to grow and to get this information across more people who need to hear this. Thank you, and until next time, signing off, Sonia Davar.